Believe it or not, the main purpose of playing cards is not to perform magic and cardistry. In fact, they're called playing cards for a reason, and that is for card games. What's up guys, Chandler here with Rise Magic, and today we're going over my personal top 5 best card games of all time. These games you can play anytime, anywhere, and with any deck of cards. As I said before, this is my personal list. I grew up around playing cards and I played games with my friends and family throughout my youth. But I understand that there are a plethora of games out there. So if you have any awesome card games that you think I left off this list, please be sure to comment them below because I would always love to learn a new card game. By the way, if you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe as it does help our channel grow. And without further ado, let's get into the list. Starting it off at number 5, we have BS, commonly referred to as baloney, Bible study, bullcrap, or bull. Stop bleeping me out when I don't curse. I said bullish. It's a common stock market term referring to raising prices.
It's just meant to be funny, but fine.
Just stop doing it. Anyway, you can play this game with 3 to 6 players, 10 maximum, but the ideal range is 3 to 6. The name of the game is lying. You deal out the cards evenly. From here, an ace of spades is put in the middle, and then counterclockwise or clockwise, each player has to put the next card down in order. So if this person puts an ace, next person puts 2, next person puts 3, and so on. You have to put the card that is required, but obviously, as the circle goes around, the time will come when you do not have the card required that you need to put down. This is why you put the cards down face down, and at this point, you have to lie and say you're putting down 4s when you're actually putting down a 7 and an 8. This is why the game is called BS. The aim of the game is to get rid of all your cards, and in order to do that, you're gonna have to lie a time or two. Now, since you're bluffing, I would recommend wearing sunglasses because the truth is in the eyes. Obviously, I'm kidding, but since there are only 4 of each card, there is a lot of strategy involved when you're lying or when you're calling someone else on a lie. That's right, if you put down cards and you're lying and someone calls BS on you, you have to take all the cards that have stockpiled in the center. However, if you call someone out on lying and they were telling the truth, you have to take all the cards. Having a good bluff is critical for this game, but you also need the tact to assess the risk of calling someone else out on their bluff. By the way, you guys know I do magic, right? Well, fun story. I was once playing this game at a graduation party with a friend who knew I did magic, but who also thought that the magic was a complete BS in itself. He was wearing sunglasses that had a reflective layer on the front, so I could see every single card in his hand and every single card he decided to put down. Let me tell you, when I started calling him out on every single lie perfectly, saying, dude, complete BS, you just put down a 7 and a 6, not 2 4s. That kid believes in magic. Unless he sees this video now. Sorry, Aaron. At number 4, we have Kemps, a personal favorite of mine. 4 to 10 players are recommended, and it is required that you have an even number of players. Each player is dealt 4 cards, and the goal of the game is to acquire 4 of a kind through a live trading system that you see here on the table. This trading has no turns, it is just fast-paced, switching out 1 card at a time. Eventually, these 4 cards will become dead. No one will want them anymore. So you push them to the side and take the extra pile of cards and put down 4 more. This keeps happening until a player gets 4 of a kind. This is where it gets different. Because you're required to have an even amount of players, each player has a partner. And once you get 4 of a kind, your partner has to call Kemps, signifying your victory. But how do they know that you have 4 of a kind? That's where your signal comes in. Before the game, you have to go aside with your partner and come up with your victory signal. The rules about the signal is that it cannot be audible in any way. It has to be some sort of movement or visual cue. Here's the thing, it has to be obvious enough that your partner, while focusing on trading, sees it happen and can call victory.
Double Kemps?
Yeah.
But also subtle enough where the other people playing don't notice you doing the signal. Because if someone else notices you doing the signal, they can call by saying call, and if you have 4 of a kind, they win. Trust me, this game gets really fun when you finally pick up on that opposing team's signal and finally call them out on it. It's a great feeling. It's also awesome when you have a completely discreet and invisible signal that everyone is left guessing as to what it could be. Great game. I love Kemps. Coming in right in the middle at number 3 is Speed. This game can only be played with 2 players, but it is a lot of fun and definitely lives up to his name. The cards are dealt out as such. 2 face up in the middle, 3 face down on each side of that, and the rest of the deck is dealt in between the 2 players. From there, a player takes a hand of 5 cards from their respective piles. After this, it's free game. Your goal is to get rid of your pile of cards as quickly as possible. You get rid of your cards by putting down your card on top of the 2 face-up piles. The catch is, you can only put down a card on top of the card that is 1 higher or 1 lower. So if it's a 7, you can only put down an 8 or a 6. Once that card's down, so let's say you put down an 8, you can only put a 7 or 9. This all happens super fast. It's all about how quickly you can diagnose which card goes where. You can only have 5 cards in your hand at a time and replace them with your pile. If no one can move, that's what the cards on the side are for. You flip them over and you keep playing until one person is out. The more you play this game, the faster you'll get at it, and you'll see why it's called Lightning McQueen.
Speed. I am speed.
Number 2 was really hard for me not to put at number 1, and it's Spoons. An absolute classic. You can play this with 2 to 10 players. I feel like everyone knows how to play this game, but if you don't, all you need is a table and some sort of object. It doesn't even have to be a spoon. You and your 2 to 10 friends gather around a table. The only rule is that there needs to be 1 less spoon than people at the table. You'll see where this plays in a second. Each player is dealt 4 cards. The rest of the cards is put to the left of the dealer. From there, the dealer picks up a card and puts it down. Picks up a card and puts it down. But their goal is to obtain 4 of a kind. After that, cards are passed from the table quickly, 1 at a time, as you are trying to obtain 4 of a kind. 1 card is picked up, you see if you need it, and you put the next one back down. You might interchange it. You are trying to get 4 of a kind, and once you do, you want to grab a spoon as discreetly as possible. Or violently, it really doesn't matter. But the point is, once 1 spoon is taken, this game becomes a less dangerous version of musical chairs. Your spoon is your ticket to the next round, so if you won and you got your first spoon, you're good. At that point though, everyone else who noticed you take a spoon, you need to grab a spoon as quickly as possible. And as said before, there is 1 less spoon than players, and if you are slow, too focused on picking up your cards and putting them down, you're gonna miss out and you're out for the next round. As rounds pass and players dwindle, a spoon is taken away each time until the final 2, when only 1 spoon remains. The first to get 4 of a kind in the final round wins. Quick note, as you guys know, I am a magician, and normally that means that people don't like playing card games for me, because I am very capable of discreetly cheating at cards. However, I must say, as a competitor, I never really do cheat at cards, because when you win a game after cheating, it's just not satisfying. You don't feel that same victorious feeling that doesn't satisfy your competitive drive. But there is a fun way to cheat in spoons that doesn't benefit you. Let me explain. Let's just say there's one friend at the table who you just want to see suffer. What I would do while dealing the cards is, let's say I'll deal him 3 of a kind and give myself that last missing card. Once the game starts, all I do is hold on to that last card and watch my friend slowly suffer, frantically pick up each card and put it down, looking for that last card, and I can just watch and know he'll never get it. It's truly evil and sadistic. I also would not recommend doing this to a friend that is bigger than you and could beat you up, because it could come to blows. But it's fun. Number 1, the best card game of all time, in my opinion, which is the right opinion, is War. That's right, the simplest game that requires the least skill is the best of all time. War is a very, very simple game. The cards are distributed evenly among the players, and you place 1 card down from your shuffled deck. When you put the cards down, the highest card takes the rest. The goal is complete domination, complete destruction. You need to acquire the entire deck of playing cards. Let's say you and your friend are playing War, you both put down a jack. That means War. You put down 3 cards face down, flip 1 over, and whoever has the higher card then takes everything on the table. This could advance to not only double war, but triple war, and on rare occasions, even quadruple war. You will have dozens of cards up on the table for conquering. I don't know, maybe it's just the nostalgia that makes that my favorite game, but that's my list. If you think I missed a card game that you think deserves to be on this list, please comment it below so I can look it up and learn it and play it with my friends. Besides that, I did explain the rules in this video pretty quickly because I was trying to make the video not too long. So I included in the description links to full written instructions on how to play each and every one of these games. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you really did like this video, it helps the channel a lot if you like and leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe to us if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that notification bell if you want to make sure you never miss a new Rise Magic video when we post. Alright guys, that's it for me for this week. I'll see you next time. Sayonara.